What is going on, everyone? Scion's here with the Everyday Grind, the everyday World of Warcraft player. I am the same as you. I like to do Mythic Plus. I like to get into rating, but the changes coming in Season 4 with Mythic Plus is really, really good. As we all know, sometimes Mythic Plus can be very divisive as far as getting into groups and all kinds of stuff. Let's get into the changes that's going to help you and me get some better gear and learn to love dungeons a lot more. One of the most notable changes players can look forward to is the removal of the timer for Mythic Keystone dungeons for what are currently 0 and 10. That's 0 to 10. I think that's a great way to go. As it looks right now, again, PTR changes coming. Normal difficulty, no changes. Heroic difficulty, here's where the butter comes in and the good stuff for all the players comes in. The tuning and rewards of this difficulty are increasing to be equivalent to a baseline Mythic 0 dungeon in the current system. Mythic difficulty changes and mechanics will not be present in this difficulty. This remains a queuable experience. That's great. It's accessible. That's a big deal for the everyday player. Mythic dungeons. The tuning and rewards of this difficulty are increasing to the equivalent of a plus 10 dungeon with affixes in the current system. There are no timers, affixes, or limitations on changing specializations or talents while in the dungeon, which means you can learn. The goal is to create a mega dungeon-like difficulty for this experience. This difficulty should present a meaningful challenge and provide commensurate rewards without the pressures of the current Mythic Plus system. Mythic 0 is still on a weekly lockout under this model. I'm fine with that. The Mythic Plus system, this is Mythic Pluses as you're going forward into harder content, will have rewards up to Mythic level 10 with plus 2 starting from what would regularly be an 11 in the current Mythic Plus system. A plus 5 should be as hard as a 15, a 10 should be as hard as a 20. I'm fine with that. Let people who really want that difficulty get in there and do that. I'm fine with that with the pressures of the system, right? Take off the pressure, let people learn the dungeons and let them get in there and make it happen. The everyday player can't always do that. Affixes would start in slots of a plus 2, plus 5, and 10. Dungeon ratings should be equivalent to what they represent in the current system. There should be a smaller range of keystone levels to find groups for and more meaningful progression for each level. This roadmap right here for dungeons for the everyday player is huge. It takes that subset of players who have a hard time getting into specific dungeons because they don't have the commensurate score, right? You're being locked out of that kind of content because you don't have the score, you don't have a group, all that other kind of stuff. And you get to get in there and learn the dungeon. That's only going to help you get into the harder dungeons if that's what you want to do. If that's not what you want to do, you do get better dungeons that you can queue for and get some better gear. It's a win-win. It's a great thing Blizzard's doing for Season 4.